What's up, homies, and welcome back. So today's video is gonna contain two different topics. The first one is that I'm actually gonna be giving away two different Call of Duty Black Ops 3 beta codes for the PC version of the game, which has the beta available right now, if I'm not wrong. If you want to enter the beta code giveaway, the only thing that you need to do is simply follow me on Twitter and activate notifications so that whenever I'm actually gonna be posting the beta codes for the giveaway, you will simply have to reply that tweet. We will have to exchange a couple DMs so that I will know what is your Steam username, and I'm gonna send you the Steam beta code as a Steam gift. That's all. I promise I'm not gonna scam. This is not a CSGO community, this is Call of Duty community. There are no skins, so there is no reason to scam. And the reason why I'm bringing up the scam feature is simply because I got scammed myself of a couple of CSGO skins because I'm a noob. And that's it. I actually trust people too much. But that's besides the point. The other topic that I want to talk about is something that has to do with my past that I feel like a lot of you guys don't actually know. A lot of you guys see gameplays from, let's say, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, or Xbox 360, but a lot of you guys at the same time don't actually know that up until a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, I was actually a pretty hardcore PC gamer. To the point in which, just in Black Ops 2 alone, I have around 600 to 700 hours. That's a bollocks amount of hours to have invested in a game. Remember that I used to play 6 to 8 hours a day on Black Ops 2 on PC, and I actually started playing Call of Duty on the PC version of the game itself. I was playing Call of Duty on PC when Call of Duty on PC was actually still a really big and important side of the game itself. In fact, in the last couple of years, the Call of Duty community on PC kind of got shafted by the developers simply because the amount of Call of Duty players on PC have decreased. But that's mostly because the Call of Duty games on PC were not optimized in the first place. Like, you see what is the big problem right there. But apparently Black Ops 3 was actually created and developed so that the PC version of the game was actually gonna be playable and enjoyable almost as much, if not as much, as the console version of the game, just like Black Ops 2 was. The PC version of the Call of Duty Black Ops 2 was actually pretty decently optimized for PC. I remember that we had the cool as fuck FOV, different texture settings, graphic settings, and all that kind of good jazz that for PC players are essential, but for console players they seem kinda useless because console players don't fully understand what is the beauty of having a really powerful PC. Console players have the game that comes out of the box, and there is really nothing to change about the game itself. In fact, if you go to a friend's place, chances are you're gonna have the same experience that you have at your place on your couch, just because the console is standardized among all the different users. There is no way to actually increase the RAM or increase the processing unit in order to have a better graphics or that kind of good jazz, which is something that you can actually do on PC. On PC, in fact, literally every single part inside of a PC can be customized. AKA, you can have a more powerful processor than your buddy, you can have a better graphics card than your buddy, you can have an increased amount of RAM. And here I'm actually gonna be talking a little bit of, I guess, more of my geeky side. In fact, I remember I'm gonna be bringing you guys back in time to my first laptop. My first laptop was a beauty, okay? Back in the days, I remember that I was really into PC gaming. I was like, you know, daddy, I kinda need a new computer because I didn't really had one, and I kinda needed it for school and all that kind of jazz. And my father was like, hey, you know, yeah, tell me whatever you need the computer for, and I'm gonna try to hook it up. I know a couple of guys that work over at Acer, and we'll try to find the best match for you. And to that point, I kinda did something shady towards my parents. I was like, yeah, you see, in order to use Word and the certain apps, I kinda need something kinda powerful, let's put it this way. In fact, I actually made him buy one of the best computers with best laptops out there on the market. Now that I think about it, I kinda regret it because, you know, that was a big expense, but back in the days, that was the coolest thing that I have ever received or ever asked for. In fact, that was basically the beginning of my journey towards becoming a Call of Duty gamer, or a gamer itself. I remember that computer had the highest standards in terms of like components inside of the computer itself. It had a it had a graphics cards with 512 megabytes of dedicated RAM, which back in the days was like an extremely high amount of RAM, while nowadays you get graphics cards that have up to 6 gigabytes of dedicated RAM, which is absolutely outstanding. I remember that the highest standard of back in the days in terms of actual RAM for the computer was, I believe, 4 gigabytes of RAM, and my computer came with 2, but it had an extra bank, so I actually put in 2 gigabytes of RAM, and it was like a beast compared to all my friends' computers. And I remember that we used to do, and we still do, LAN parties. Yeah, I'm 21 years old, I play on console, and yet I still meet up with my friends, with my best buddies, and we actually just sit in the same room and we play Call of Duty on different computers. in the same room, which is just like having your buds over playing some console gaming on your same console, just having a couple more controllers. It's just that everyone has its own screen, let's put it this way. I don't know, I absolutely love this those LAN parties, and it's kind of the nostalgia feeling that you get when you play with your buds, especially nowadays, because back in the days we used to do it basically every single week. Nowadays it's like more or less like 3-4 times a year, just because each one of us actually has its own job, or maybe it's finishing uni, or it's approaching uni, or the kind of good shizzle, and we don't have anymore that much free time. But this is just, you know, me remembering back in the days. And yeah, that's it. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you all had a beautiful day. And yeah, bye bye.